Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to show you how to play every single BFME game and also every single mod based on the BFME games, as well as all the old games which are kept at 30, 40 or 50 FPS with up to 120 FPS, and it's just mind-blowing. You will love this, okay? But before I can demonstrate you how 120 FPS feel like in BFME 1, I first of all need to show you how it is right now with only 38 FPS, which is like the B scheme of BFME 1. When you move your mouse like this, or when you make quick movements, that's how it looks like. You can see it's not very, smooth, let's call it this way. In the lead game, when there is a lot of action with heroes, power points, you can feel like a huge differential. And because it's 30 FPS now, or 38 FPS now, I will activate the tool and turn it up to 150-ish FPS. It's gonna be the 4 times the amount, okay? As you can see, it's gonna go up now.
The trees are
153. And when you now move your mouse like this, you can see like a huge differential. The problem is I cannot really show you properly because YouTube is only allowing me to upload with 60 FPS in total maximum. But if you have a 144 Hz monitor and you are using this application, you will feel a huge difference, okay? And also does not only work for BFME 1, but also works for BFME 2, for Rise of the Witch King, or for all the old games. And the good thing is, even if your opponent doesn't use it in multiplayer games, you can still use it, because it's just changing the game for you without changing the speed of the game, which was the core problem of the BFME games, because you could not just increase the FPS through the game.dat file. It would just make the game way faster. This makes only the FPS look faster. You can see every animation much more clear and much more smooth. But also, it's just like mind-blowing. The second you activate this, I promise you, you will feel a huge difference, okay? But before I will show you also how the other games like BFME 2 and Rise of the Witch King feel like, I will have to show you the Lossless Scaling application, which you can purchase from Steam, okay? It's super affordable, it's around $7, and that's how you need to set it up. At the top left side, you choose Auto. Here you choose Full Screen. In the Scaling tab, you need to choose this one, the third from the bottom. Frame Generation, choose the most recent one, the LSFG 3.0. The mode is basically the multiplier. So because of the game is running at 38 FPS, it's gonna multiply that by 4. That's how we get up to 150, okay? Rendering, you basically leave it default. Draw FPS, and that's pretty much it. And I will show you also how it feels like in, for example, Rise of the Witch King, because I think in Rise of the Witch King it's a bit more noticeable. But I've just casted or streamed a couple of games today on Twitch with this application. I could and did feel a huge difference. So that's why, and I would not recommend you guys anything I don't believe in. As you can see at the top right side of your, I can't even talk because I'm excited. As you can see at the top right side of your screen, we are currently, that's the maximum, it's capped at 30 FPS. That's how the games are looking like. You can see it's not very smooth. Even when you do like this movement with your mouse, when you build, that's how it feels like. And now we will go back to our desktop and activate the tool. Press Scale and then go back to the game. It's gonna take a few seconds. And now, watch this. Watch this movement now. Watch this movement now, boys. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's phenomenal. Like the way you can move with your mouse, it's just makes everything so much better. It's very hard for me to explain because maybe you might not see it, but the second you get it, you will feel it. Then you will notice and you will be like, okay, now I'm gonna get back to BFME. Now is the perfect time for me to shine in the online battle arena. And hopefully this, like a huge update for the BFME games, will motivate you guys to also give it a shot in online. And you can get all the BFME games downloaded through the all-in-one launcher, which you can find in the description down below. And in the lead game, when there is a lot of animations going on, like for example the Rohirrim summon, the dust, or the earthquake, the shattering, you can see much more. It just adds so much quality of life to the game. And also one important note, even if you play online and you are using this application and your opponent or your ally doesn't, it won't cause any mismatch. Because usually the FPS was tied up to the speed, but now it's just performance piece. So it's just on your screen like a modern game. Like basically, it feels like that BFME was made in 2025. It also works with every single old game, which are only sporting up to 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 FPS. And as you can see, we are at the 120 FPS right now. But what you can do later on is we need to close this. For example, if you have a 60 Hz monitor, I would recommend you to get it up to x2. That's going to multiply it by 2. So your FPS will be set then at 60. So now it's 60 FPS. I can still feel a huge difference, but I have a 240 Hz monitor myself. And maybe you can also set this up. I didn't play around too much with this application yet, but I think you can maybe give it a shot and, you know, swap some numbers. Maybe I can even increase this to like maybe 5 and scale, because I have a 240 Hz monitor. Maybe it's gonna make it even higher. Like maybe now it's gonna be 180. I think it's like X4 is the maximum amount, I think. Unfortunately, X5 doesn't work, but hopefully you guys will give it a shot. It's super cheap on Steam. Lossless Scaling, €6.89. If you want to play online, I would highly recommend you, even offline, even skirmishes, you will feel, it's gonna feel like a brand new game. Let me know what you think about this application in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video and don't want to miss out future uploads on the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like to this video. Until next time, until then, take care of yourself, keep hitting like a truck, and as always, stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.